Hi guys, Tom Morrison here, and can you hurt yourself when stretching? The answer is, it depends, and there is a lot of factors that come into play whenever you are actually thinking about what stretching is. If you've been told by someone that they hurt themselves stretching, it really depends on their entire training background and also the stretches they choose to do. So for example, if this was to happen, you got tight hamstrings from doing deadlifts and squats, you need to be doing the front splits. Fixed! So there is standard flexibility and there is advanced flexibility. If you try and jump into the advanced flexibility too soon without having that foundational standard flexibility, then yes, you can actually hurt yourself. It is all about choosing the best exercises for where you are currently at and building on them over time. It will take time to improve your flexibility. So what do we do? You need as much assistance as possible. So, anything that you have in your house, say your sofa, a wall, the floor, is going to be the things that's going to give you confidence. You want to be able to have a solid, deep split squat. So what that looks like is if Jenny holds onto the box, holds onto the wall, holds onto everything around her that she possibly can, she is going to stagger her feet and try and sit herself down as low as she can so her knee can touch the back knee can touch the floor if she needs, and she can just try and get her knee as far over her toe as she can here, and she's basically trying to get her bum as close to her ankle as she can in this position, okay? So you may not look like this at the start, you may be halfway up, you may not get much range of motion here, but it's the time that you spend in this in a gentle way that's maybe challenging but not uncomfortable that's going to improve this over time. The more time you spend in it, the more range you're going to notice that you're going to start to get, and if you do it regularly enough, you'll get faster gains. So that's how you can get flexible faster if you do work on it every day. So this is the deep split squat position, and like I said, hold on to everything around you. Use the floor, use the box, use the wall, use your sofa, use everything. Even a small child, hold on to anything that you can and just work on your hips one at a time and see do they feel similar from side to side, and see is anything just like really, really tight. Say your back leg is really, really tight on one side compared to the other. That can cause a lot of issues with people's training. So you really want this position to be really, really good for deep knee flexion, for your deep hip flexion, for your hip extension in the back leg as well, and your ankle dorsiflexion. It's really important to do one side at a time and basically just to have a wiggle, okay? As long as you don't do any sharp, crazy jumping into the splits movements, you'll be absolutely fine. Your heel can lift off the floor as well if you want, and then you can gradually start to rock it back down. Just use anything around you and spend time in the position. You're much better spending 10 to 15 minutes working on this than trying to an advanced stretch that feels really, really uncomfortable to you, okay? So that's a really good one for the hips. As well, you want to think about the upper back, so even while you're down there, you can start to just reach and rotate your upper body as much as you can to get a bit of movement through your thoracic spine. So this helps with the shoulders as well. So always think full body with the stretches that you're doing. Long term with this one, you want to build yourself up so that if Jenny goes into the range and she can get assisted with her knee on the floor, then can she lift the back knee off the floor, and then really slowly can she let go of whatever it is she's holding on to and maintain this position without falling over. So you're working on stability here as well, and that is something that a lot of people miss with stretches. If you're just doing static stretches all the time, or just really say aggressively stretching your hamstrings, you're not going to get anywhere. Your body is going to hate you for it, and it's even effectively it can make you feel tighter because you're only working on the one muscle, okay? So what we want to do from there as well is also think about rotation of the hips too. So we've got reflection, we've got extension, but we also have internal and external rotation for the hips, and what we need for that is a position that's called the 90-90 position, okay? So it's a really, really nice one that hits a lot of good stuff, and just changing from side to side is your first protocol. So have your hands on the ground and just change from side to side. So you're sort of at a right angle with both legs, seeing how far you can expand that position. If it's very, very uncomfortable, you can keep your stance in a little bit more, keep your feet in a bit closer, like that, but just sitting there, changing from side to side, that's one of your first exercises for working on your hip flexibility. What you want to start to achieve long term with this is being able to sit up completely unassisted in the position with a right angle perfectly on each side. So as you can see here with Jenny, she's able to sit up completely stable. She's not going to fall over at all if I push her. Oh, nice. Got nearly tried to catch her off guard, didn't work. So she's able to sit up comfortably in this position in both sides, okay? okay? If you're limited with your flexibility or you're noticing your hips feel stiff and tight all the time, you may find that you're not even able to take your hand off the floor, so that might be too hard for you. How do you work on that? You stay in the position, you work on it here, and then from there you can go with the upper back again, do some rotations while you're in the position. This is a really, really nice one. If you get up as far as you can and then really try and open up from your ribs like this and take a deep breath out, really nice stretch for the upper back. So you're working on the hips and the upper back at the same time. And you can just work between swapping from side to side. Again, spend time until you feel like you've made a difference, until you've improved the position a little. What you can use here, so if Jenny's right beside this wall right now, we can start to challenge herself. So she's really unable to sit up in the position. She could use the wall to lean into to make herself more challenged to be in a more upright position. She'd probably feel this in and around the hip on this leg here if she wasn't crazy flexible. But if you're someone who, like I was, really, really limited with hip flexibility, this was horrible at a certain point. And like that can cause all kinds of problems with the IT band. It can just cause all kinds of just tightness, glutes not feeling like they're working, all this kind of stuff. So use anything you can for assistance. Another nice one would be just using the sofa. So if Jenny swaps sides, if she's here, sets her hand on there, she's able to then use the sofa to lean into and tell the sofa that she really, really loves it. It's a really, really nice thing to do. So you're spending a bit more time in that position, trying to get the more upright torso, but with assistance. If you feel like you start cramping in the hips, then just chill out, shake it off, come out of the position and let it disappear, and then immediately try and get back into it again. If it just keeps cramping repeatedly, then just change the progression, use and lean a bit more. But over time, basically a cramp is that your body doesn't know what to do in that position, and that is, it's a good thing because it's trying to learn, it's trying to be like, oh, I don't know. So relax it off and then get back into the position again and show your body that it's safe, and this is going to improve your internal and your external hip rotation, which will make your hips feel absolutely amazing. So start off with simple things like this, make these things really easy so that you're able to sit into those two unassisted variations, and then from there, yes, you could start to add in more fancy stretches to go for some of the more Instagram worthy post movements that you'll see everywhere. So make sure you're starting off at your own level, move slow, have a wiggle, make sure that you feel okay to spend time in the position, and you will get a lot more gains, and you are not going to accidentally hurt yourself from stretching. So be sensible, be cool, and keep on moving.